My name is Aaron, but people often refer to me as Sir or Lord Aaron. I'm from India, so I was born in India, but then at a pretty young age I moved to Bahrain. It's in the Middle East and it was a former British colony of the British Empire, but my dad's office work is based in London, so we often visit London almost every twice a year. My family often go to London for about a week or two. We often live in London, but we have a family friend who lives in Reading, that's south of London, about 45 miles off south of London. And so we often live in his family house, but whenever we are in London, it's pretty bustling because every 25 kilometers you go, you find a different culture, because London is filled with culture, and that's what I like about London. My dad's name is Shar and my mom's name is Shimi, and I have an elder brother, his name is Alfred. So as I said, London is filled with culture, being part of empire, that's an advantage you get. You get to take all your provinces' cultures. So we have a lot of museums and theatres and a lot of famous monuments like the Buckingham Palace, that's in the centre of London. It's a huge site, so we do have quite a few, I'd say a lot of cultural sites in London. And we do also have the London Eye and of course the Big Ben as well. Quite a spectacular monument. Kids my age often hang out with their friends. We really love football, so that's what we do almost every day. And of course we often even play cricket because that is a really British sport. But yeah, that's what we do. Of course I like the most classic fish and chips, but I really love tea. We Brits take tea really seriously, so we have one in the morning, but we have a proper one in the evening where we eat it with the biscuits. So I did my schooling back in Bahrain, and the school I went to was called British School of Bahrain. So I find schools completely different from schools in America because firstly, in America they call it grade 1 or 2, but back in Bahrain it's year 1 and 2. And unlike in America where it goes from grade 1 to grade 12, in the UK it goes from year 1 to year 13. So it's completely different. And another thing that I noticed are grade 9 and grade 10 students often study together, but in the same classroom, but back in the UK it's completely separate. So a grade 11 student doesn't study with grade 10 students. Quite honestly, the intake of tea. So Americans really don't take a lot of tea. Instead in the morning they like to take coffee, but we rarely drink coffee in the UK. It's mostly just tea. Well, first of all, of course, like the monuments I said, we have quite a few of them and a lot of culture, but the most important thing I'd say are the people. British people, or in general people in London, are really polite, and then that really makes you happy when you're in the city, and that's what really makes me like London a lot.